truly believe that it's important to invest in yourself.
Definitely.
Right? As much as we invest in, our lifestyles or, other things, most importantly, to invest into like your mind and building a business or your career, whatever that you can do to just add more value to yourself to help you perform and show up better in the world. I say go for it.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the On the Pursuit Podcast. On this podcast, we get down to it, right? We connect with movers and shakers, people actually making it happen in real time and making an impact. And on today's episode, I got the multi-talented Amiraa Vee.
Hello, everyone.
You know what I'm saying? AV.
AV.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're nasty.
If you're nasty. And we're in downtown LA, and it's a nice evening. You know what I'm saying? The vibe, sun setting. You can see colors in the sky.
We're in my showroom.
We're in her showroom, and it's dope because this is probably the first episode where we're bringing like some elements to the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements,
a lot going on,
a lot of details happening.
I had to wear the kimono for the occasion. You know,
look great. We vibing with the neutral colors.
100%. So we met, I don't know, a month ago?
Probably almost? A month ago at the Get It Doneers Mastermind.
At the Get It Doneers Mastermind. And I'm going to be honest, you came in there and you struck me. I was like, okay, I got to pay attention to this girl. I got to see what's going on. And then as the 2-day event developed, because the first event, you were like hosting it.
Yeah, so the first event was a panel discussion that we did where I interviewed Jaleel Coleman, Justin Phillips, and Ellie Talks Money. Mm-hmm. And we just pretty much spoke about how we are rewriting the narrative as edutainers, entrepreneurs. So that was day one of the mastermind, and we did that at Soho House. Yeah. You were at the panel, right?
Yeah, I was there. And that's what I'm saying, because you was hosting it.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
I hosted the panel.
I pay a little bit more attention to you than the actual panelists because I feel like the hosts bring attention, especially if they're captivating, if they're interesting. You address nice, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, something's going on here.
Yeah, so I moderated that. That I have a speaking series that I do with Soho House monthly. Nice. So that was one of the ones I did in February.
That's a good way to kind of bring it together.
To kind of bring different crowds out. So it was members there. It was Get It Doners from around the world that flew into LA. And then it was just all of our peers, friends, colleagues that just came to support, you know. So it was dope.
100%. And I paid to be there. You know? So I didn't know Amiraa before that. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I'm into masterminds. I'm into learning. I'm into networking with like-minded people. So I paid the ticket. You know what I'm saying? I think it was two ticket prices. So I paid the VIP to get in the room.
That was dope. We appreciate that.
Yeah. And it was way worth the money for sure.
That was my next question.
It was way worth it. I felt like I was stealing. I'm actually in another mastermind right now that I pay monthly, and it's great. But I'm definitely stealing from them because the price is like so affordable. So sidebar. If you guys are looking to get, more information, just get around good people, join a mastermind. It could be virtual, it could be local to where you are, but I'm in a couple. Yeah,
because I truly believe that it's important to invest in yourself.
Definitely.
Right? As much as we invest in, our lifestyles or, other things, most importantly, to invest into like your mind and building a business or your career, whatever that you can do to just add more value to yourself to help you perform and show up better in the world. I say go for it. Yeah. So that mastermind that we did, I mean, honestly, we had to charge something, but it was literally pennies compared to like the value that, it
was ridiculously inexpensive, guys.
It was Black History Month also. You just wanted to like give back to people and also really just help people. Like it's really about the value. It's really about helping people. It's not about taking from people. You just wanted, we wanted to give. So I'm glad that you supported and got more than you came for out of
100%.
it. That's dope.
100%. I mean, I was right in the front.
Yeah, you were. I saw you.
I remember like in school being all the way in the back, like wanting to be in the back. And like now I'm like, yo, I need
I want to be in the front. I need to pay attention all this sauce right here.
100%. And that's what led us here. That's what led us here. And we're in the VeeMode studios. Downtown. So how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that real quick. How did this happen for me to actually be in this space the VeeMode Studios. What did it take for you to actually
make this happen? Yeah. Okay. Loaded question, but I manifested it. So I'm a stylist, fashion stylist, and I oftentimes stylists just get boxed into just styling. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to limit myself to just styling. There's so many more things that I want to do, and so many more things that I can offer to people. So based off of, styling professionally for about 3-4 years, I've accumulated so many things, clothes, shoes, accessories, and oftentimes it's just like in my trunk or in like a storage collecting dust. And I was like, I can make something out of this. So at first I had a showroom in my apartment. I moved to LA about 4 years ago and, was styling, and I can show you a picture. But I literally manifested a showroom because it was like in my living room at first where it kind of looked like this was kind of like my living room.
This was a vibe.
Yeah, it was kind of like this. So it's like, damn, I actually have an aesthetic for like my space. Even my home was kind of similar to this, but so I had like racks of clothes, a nice coffee table, a cool rug, flowers, like mirror, like it was just very vibey. And I never invited people to that showroom because I was like, oh my God, it's my house. It's your home, yeah. It's my house. I was low key, like, not really embarrassed, but I'm just like, this is my house. Like, I'm not like having mad people come here. So it was just like for me, right? I just had to like kind of see it in real life before I like manifested it for real. Yeah. Right. So I turned my living room into a showroom, and then I moved downtown LA in about February 2020 towards the end. And I had gotten a spot downtown, and that spot that I had got was supposed to be my showroom while I was living in my apartment. I was in Hollywood or something. And March 2020, we went on lockdown.
It is what it is.
So pandemic happened, and that spot that I had got, it was like this penthouse loft. That was supposed to be my showroom. It was going to be this whole thing. I was like, as soon as the pandemic happened, it turned into my house.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, my idea for a showroom is probably, it has to be reworked because who wants people in and out anymore, right? Let's find a way to make it digital. Let's find a way to just make it an online showroom.
Which is an interesting idea.
Yeah. We gonna circle back to that.
Are you manifesting like a metaverse showroom?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I figured. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are definitely working on Web3.
I like that.
But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so it turned into my home. Next thing I knew, I kind of got a little discouraged from my original idea of what I wanted the showroom to be, just because it was a pandemic. Nobody even knew what was happening with the world. So I started just doing other things. And then my dad transitioned November 2020. And I was like, okay, life is way shorter than I even think. There's no more procrastinating. There's no more putting things off. It kind of like, it lit the fuel on my ass to like really make this happen. So I got the spot January 2021. And I literally had to fight for it because this building, like, they were anyways, I fought for it, manifested it, got it. Here we are. And then I launched the showroom March 31st, 2021. So we're about to be one in about 3 weeks. Yeah. And the first year of business has been amazing. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, but I definitely feel like after this first year, I mean, the sky's the limit. Not even sky's the limit. Like
sky's been the limit.
It's not even that. It's not even the limit. It's past that, right? The limit, yeah. But yeah, so after that, we'll just continue to just catapult and grow and expand. Yep. We're already expanding. I'm working on a men's one now, just all men's, because guys come in here like, what you got for us?
Yeah, what you got for me?
I had to bring my own drip. But so yeah, I mean, I think it was really a mixture of deciding this is what I want from before to kind of creating what that looked like in my own home, to my father transitioning and me like kind of realizing, okay, it's about legacy. It's not, I can't just be having clients, hire me to do stuff. I have to have something that's mine and my own. Yeah. So VeeMode showroom is definitely something I created that was my own. And also as a stylist, I had a ton of experience going in and out of other showrooms and being told no because either my client wasn't A-list or because they didn't see it for my client, or, you know, just so many different just politics, fashion politics, I like to call it, that I was dealing with. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm creating my own lane. I'm going to do my own thing, and everyone's welcome into my showroom. And I've, you know, created somewhat of a business model where it operates as a wardrobe rental salon as well.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you that
everyday
too.
People,
I kind of got the vibe.
Everyday people could come in and, you know, rent pieces for whether they're going on a date or a conference or a movie premiere or red carpet, video shoot, whatever it is. And then they can bring it back. Now people don't like to commit to looks too long anyway, because social media, once you post it, you're like on to the next. So I think it's great. It works.
What's up, y'all? It's Brendan Boyd, speaker, productivity coach, and host of the On the PRST Podcast. And I want to talk to you all about my brand new book, The 8 Secrets to Success Playbook. Now, this playbook is jam-packed with all sorts of value. So if you're a coach or a consultant or an expert and you're looking to 5x or even 10x your business, you definitely want to grab a copy of this playbook. I'm talking about conversions, lead generation, high ticket offer, continuity offer, the power of speaking, the power of making a book for yourself, promoting, advertising is all in this playbook. So you definitely want to make sure that you grab a copy. Click the link below, get a copy of your playbook, and I'll see you on the other side. So first, I want to acknowledge your dad, because I heard you say he transitioned.
Yeah.
Mine did as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you're trailblazing that legacy.
Yeah. I mean, he's up there, you know, co-signing.
Yeah.
He's
sending it down.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know he'd be proud. And honestly, since that happened, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna, I've just channeled whatever grief I was grieving into this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think I don't even know what that grief looks like, besides just continuing to work and just make things happen. And no longer just like, you know, procrastinating and waiting for things to drop out of the sky.
So I'm curious to ask, like, the trajectory of a stylist, like, what does that look like in terms of like really making money, right? Because I know there's probably people are like, I can see renting stuff. I can see, you taking care of clients, but like, is it really sustainable at a high level for those that are inspiring to like maybe do what you do, especially since you're carving your own lane?
Yeah.
Are you doing something that's also different from like what would be normally known as like a lane that a stylist would take?
So, I haven't worked for anyone in 4 years. So it has to be doing something, right? Yeah. So there's different layers to styling, right? You could do personal shopping. You could do just like everyday wardrobe styling. You could do editorials for magazines. You could do commercial and advertising styling. You could do runway styling. You can celebrity styling. There's so many different aspects of styling that you can do. For me specifically, I was doing celebrity styling, so working with different celebrities to style them for music videos, photo shoots, red carpets, tours, etc. And I mean, that's where a lot of the money comes from, outside of like campaign styling. So let's say you're doing a campaign for like Nike or Timberland, like we just did. Then so that's where some income comes in. And then that's when I realized, okay, I'm not just going to limit myself to just receiving income from that. So then I created my showroom. Not many stylists have their own showroom. Yeah. So creating this showroom, ways to bring in income here is creating that wardrobe rental business model, right? When people come in, they rent pieces, they have 7 days to do what they want to do with it, rock it out, bring it back dry cleaned, and then the next person can use it. Mm-hmm. So, and each piece, the prices on each piece are different. So it just depends. Like you won't be renting a Tom Ford pump for the same amount that you'll be renting, I don't know, a Gucci dress or a Zara dress or, a Rick Owens or something. Yeah. Right? And so there's so many different elements of high fashion to low fashion to everything in between to Black-owned brands. Also, another business or another revenue that I have within the showroom is that brands pay me to be in the showroom so that they can get placements on celebrities, influencers, whatever, right? To get more visibility, more brand awareness. Mm-hmm. So that's another aspect of, how the showroom makes money outside of rental is representing brands that want more visibility and brand awareness. And then also consignment. Yeah. So let's just say my stylist peers you know, it could be anyone. Let's just say someone who styles LeBron James or who styles Beyonce, so to speak, right? Beyonce, Cardi B, Rihanna, whoever, they're only wearing their looks once. After that, their stylist is putting in a garment bag somewhere and in their garage or whatever. If they're not sending it back to whatever designer it came from, if they bought it, especially, it's going somewhere and not thrown away, but it's going somewhere in the dark. So giving a stylist opportunity to make money as well, passive income with me, and, you know, me being able to get some things from, let's say, their garage or their studio or whatever archives that they have from their clients to be able to put in the showroom to give other people a chance to either rent it, buy it, whatever. And then they'll get a commission off of how many times it's rented or if it's bought or whatever the case may be. So those are some ways that I make money as well and how I've been able to sustain through the showroom and as styling.
So one of the things that, was covered at the Get It Doners event was like the power of branding, right? So how have you been able to really like leverage your brand, the power of your brand with your styling? How you been able to match that? Because I know the stylists out here they're stylists, but they don't have a brand as well, you know? So they're not synonymous with their brand. They just got the name that they style. So how you bring the two together?
So my brand is VeeMode, and VeeMode is a reflection of me, Amiraa Vee. And it's literally, I found a way to compartmentalize all the things that I love into creating my own world, which is VeeMode, right? So that can be from styling to designing. I design clothes as well, to teaching people how to do what I do.
Which is fire, by the way.
Yeah, to like having my showroom and being able to give people a chance to like have access to these one-of-one significant pieces, to creating experiential events and, you know, putting on dope events, whether that's a panel discussion or a pop-up or producing a friend's birthday, or, you know, one of the brands in my showroom may be launching a new product line, you know, creating a launch for that. So I don't know, like I just do what I love to do. And it's a reflection of me, and I'm multifaceted, I'm multi-talented, and I make it known every chance that I get that I am creating my own lane. I will not be boxed in. Yep. I am a multi-hyphenate. I'm not just a stylist. I'm not just a showroom owner. I'm whatever I choose to be that day.
Yeah, so you know? So what's that vocab word you just used?
Multi-hyphenate, multifaceted. Yeah, that's me. And I'm so glad that I finally am deciding to show up in the world as that, you know, and not being afraid to dim my light and being able to just show off my gifts unapologetically and just make it work for me. Like, you know what I mean? And whoever it attracts, it attracts.
I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Trailblazing, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So what's the difficulty level for someone that's like that? Well, let's say there's someone aspiring to do what you do, get to where you are right now. How difficult is that for like a brand new stylist? Because I guess on the other side of that is like modeling, right? So like
being the face of my brand.
Yeah. So with the models that I've seen, at least the ones coming up, I really only see like they do one or two things. Like they work to get on campaigns, and then they obviously want to stay up, educate, make sure they hone in their craft. But like I don't really see much more than that. But now, since it's 2022, it can look however you want it to look. You can have the control.
Yeah, because I had that background too of modeling. Like I wanted to be a supermodel. You know, I wanted to be.
You're a supermodel.
Yeah, right now. I'm a supermodel right now in my own universe.
Yeah.
Literally in my VeeMode world. In VeeMode.
Yeah.
I love that. And, you know, I spent a lot of years really chasing validation from modeling agencies, feeling like, okay, if I'm signed, then that's going to mean I made it. That's going to mean, you know, I'm entering this new level. And it's like, I had it all wrong. You guys, we have to like the narrative that we tell ourselves, like the stories we tell ourselves, like we really got to check those stories sometimes, you know what I mean? And not be afraid to rewrite it and recreate it. And, you know, especially if it's something that we've been saying forever. So anyway, but I was doing that for so long and until it it snapped like until a light bulb like went off in my mind. And I was like, hello, you're the juice and the sauce. You don't need these people to like, come on. Like, you don't have to be signed to be able to get a billboard or be able to get a brand partnership or campaign or whatever the case may be.
Tell them in the main.
Yeah, like you really don't have to get any validation or, you know what I mean, be able to be signed. For me, like I wanted to be a supermodel, and I believe that I needed to be signed in order to be able to catapult and be this supermodel person. And it's like I had it all wrong. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need them.
You just had to give yourself permission.
I had to give myself permission to be able to step into my power and really do all the things that I love to do, right? With no limit. And so once I realized that, that's when I was like, okay, boom, game over, right? I moved to LA, and that's when VeeMode was birthed, because I moved here. I was like, okay, God, I don't really know. You told me to come here. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm here. So what we doing? And then it just started happening where it's like people were calling me to style them. And then that was like a word of mouth. So that was like a trickle effect. And then I realized, oh, snap, I could style and still model and still create my own business. And then like, it was just a ripple effect of just revelations and downloads of how this whole world of VeeMode was going to come about. And then I realized, okay, like, what do you love to do? What would you do for free? And it's all these things that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just had to buckle down, get smart about it, and create a business around it so that I can make money and be able to sustain myself, because it's like, I can't just do it for free, you know?
No, 100%. Yeah.
So yeah, 4 years later, here we are, and the showroom's turning 1, and, you know, I'm designing now. I mean, it's crazy.
So you mentioned to me off camera a little bit, like you got an ebook coming out.
Yes.
Right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but the ebook are you explaining to people how they can do what you do? Are they learning the game? So
I already have AV Academy is my online curriculum where I teach people how to do what I do. So for right now, I have a course on there called Styling Fundamentals for those who want to get into styling and they don't know where to start. They don't know all the different types of styling. They don't know how to put together a photo shoot or how to prepare for a fitting. I break everything down. It's all there. I also have an ebook called, it's a style guide to how to remain professional and organized when you get the job, right? So let's just say you call me, right? You about to be doing some carpets or whatever you're going to be doing, going on tour for your podcast. Who knows what's happening, right?
We are on tour right now.
Look. Okay. So you're like, yo, I need some looks, blah, blah. So that style guide is literally a checklist of how to get the job done from when it's inquired to when you close out the invoice and it's paid.
Oh,
so from beginning to end, it's a checklist. I mean, it's intermediate for beginners and for experts. It's literally just like standard checklist of like what needs to happen in order to finish out a job clean and just done, A1. So I have that on avacademy.com right now. And then I have a wardrobe essentials coming out. That's a new ebook I'm putting together for people who just need to know how to style themselves.
So let's talk about these wardrobe essentials, man. Especially for men real quick.
Yeah, for men.
I want you guys to pay attention because a lot of guys don't know how to put it together.
Yeah.
Especially I see kind of like a consistency with like athletes because they're just so focused on like their craft and being like top. That fascinates something, you know, so they're like, I just want that mannequin look.
Yeah.
You know? So what are those essentials looking like?
So the essentials we're gonna walk through. Well, I'll save the details for you to get the ebook. Yeah. But
make sure y'all get that.
Overall, it's really just gonna talk about like what staple pieces you need to have in your closet, how to mix things up. You know, it's gonna be unisex as well for women and men.
Gotcha.
Shoes, clothes, accessories, how to transition a look from day to night. You know, how to rework your pieces so you can get the most out of them. You know, all those things.
What would you say like 2 or 3 essential pieces for men are?
Well, I see a blazer.
Okay.
Button up.
Blazer.
Everyone needs a good denim.
Yeah, denim.
You know, we go through some different shoes.
Yeah. Okay, so blazer, denim, shoes, button up. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least those?
Yeah, tracksuit.
Cologne?
All the things. You want me to give everything? Literally, like, if you think about, everything that you need in order to, like, show up for the day, whether it's a business meeting or whether you're going on a date or whether, guys' night out or whatever it is, going to a wedding.
Yeah. It's important. I think you putting that out there is very important because, like I said, I think there's a percentage of men that don't necessarily pay attention to it and then they just figure it out. But I think if they had the information, the presentation would be
easy. It's not hard. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's easy, but I'm breaking it down where it's like, it's simple. You go to I even name some stores that you can go to and get these things, whether you like the Zara's or, the ASOS's or, H&M's of the world, or if you want to go to Saks or Neiman's, and everything in between.
Cool. All right. So what's it really like doing what you do in this climate? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? You're Black, you know what I'm saying? LA's just a different type of place, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on here, There's a lot of distractions. And like you said, there's a lot of fashion politics or whatever, right? So, what's it really like for you to exist here in 2022 in VeeMode, carve out your path and really create your universe that you're creating? What are some of the things that you're facing?
Well, I think it's easier now due to social media, and being able to be relatable and authentic and people resonating with that. And I also think that since the pandemic and George Floyd passing, we've definitely made some strides in this industry. And I feel like a lot of industries where people at the top or of the corporate world or, funding capitalists or whoever at the top of their game are paying more attention to small businesses, to Black-owned brands, Black-owned creators, entrepreneurs, businesses, and they're reaching out to help. So I feel like since the pandemic, it's been, I don't want to say easier, but it's been a little bit smooth. It's been a little bit smoother, whether it's trying to get money, trying to get funding or getting people to support your business, even people that are allies, you know what I mean? They're being more intentional about where they're shopping. They're being more intentional about asking how can they help? So I think that, within these last 2 years, we definitely have more work to do, but it's definitely been easier, so to speak, versus before where it just felt like you're constantly pulling teeth just to try to get seen or, trying to be heard or just trying to, take up space. And I feel like now it's hard to deny what's great, right? Or
I would agree with that.
What's actually helping people or, you're someone that is, creating their own space. It's hard to deny that. So I think that now, I definitely have more confidence with taking up space, and I'm not ashamed to put my talents and my gifts out there and create what it is that I believe in. And if you support it, great. And if you don't, it's not for you, and that's okay. But some of the things that I'm facing, if anything, I feel like as an entrepreneur every day, I'm literally, I'm still going through it. It's like some days I'm so happy and other days I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I dig it.
But it would really be just, building a solid team. I feel like a lot of people don't want to work hard. They see social media. They see how, it's easy for people to be successful. So they want that same success without putting in the groundwork. So having a solid team right now and creating a team that is really going to be down and really just believe in what's happening and really put their best foot forward has been one of my biggest challenges. And also, I think as we continue to grow, I'm finding more and more ways to get creative with VeeMode to make it more appealing to people and try to bring in different audience. So that we're continuing to just expand. But keeping up with all the socials and all of that. I'm a one-man band, so it's a lot of work, It's a lot of work. I have interns here and there, but I think that solid team, once that happens or once, God puts the right people in my life to like really kind of, you know, be here to really expand VeeMode, where, I mean, it's going to catapult. Like, it's going to be.
I mean, you make it seem like it's effortless, to be honest. You kind of make it, if you didn't say that it was just you, I don't think it would feel like it's just you.
It's just being transparent. That is one of the pain points in my business is the fact that it is just me. And, you know, if anything, I may have like people work on different projects, but in terms of like running the business daily and doing all these different things within the showroom or designing or, you know, these events that I'm doing or, you know, the academy, like it's on me.
If you're a coach, consultant, expert, or specialist, there's only 3 things that you need to take you from where you are right now to where you want to go. And those 3 things are this: a roadmap, consistency, and the right coaching. So if you're coachable, if you can follow a roadmap, if you're ready to be consistent, I invite you to jump on a call with me or someone from my team, and we can lay out the play to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. But I'm going to be honest. Not everyone is ready. This system isn't for everyone. This is only for someone who is ready and willing to be committed, who can follow a roadmap, and who is coachable. So if that someone is you, I invite you to jump on a strategy call with me or someone from my team. We'll lay everything out for you. All right? My name is Brennan Boyd, and I'll see you on the other side. So, I mean, that's a kind of like a good segue. So, like, how are you able to balance that? You know what I'm saying? And obviously be you outside of VeeMode, or is it really like you just in VeeMode all the time? Yeah, so I mean, all I think about is work, and work doesn't feel like work. It's just my life. It's literally like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. I can identify with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just my life, you know? It's my life, it's my name, it's my brand. So just tending to it every single day. What I do is I color coordinate time blocks within my calendar. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so that I'm like, okay, these 2 hours is focused on AV Academy. This 2 hours is focused on the showroom. So like I have days of the week that I focus on different aspects of my business. That's the only way I can do it because there's not enough time. Yeah. Literally, it's not enough time. I mean, that's a really good strategy. To time block. People don't understand how valuable that is and like how much you can get things done. You're like, yo, 30 minutes on this, hour on this, and then you just switch and then boom. At least you move that thing along in that particular area that day. Yeah. And then every day as you move forward, you just move. Yeah, because your time, guys, it's like, that's the only thing we just can't get back. So you have to maximize your time, you know? And like every night I go to bed, I want to be like, okay, I feel good about what I did today. You know, I don't like that feeling of like, I put that off or it's going to roll over to tomorrow and tomorrow has a whole nother set of responsibilities. So it's like, you know, so I like to feel good about what I did throughout the day. And even if I didn't accomplish everything, because I have to make time for working out, I got to make time to eat. I got to make time, you know, I mean, I live in LA. I have to drive everywhere and that's time in itself. I can't drive and do emails. Can't get that time back. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, I just try to maximize it as much as I can. And if I don't fulfill every single thing, then I'll just plug it into a different day of the week where, you know, you can fit it in. I can fit it in, or weekends too. Yeah, true. Weekends. I mean, it's a Sunday. We work right now. We getting it in right now. What have some of the toughest lessons been that you've learned? And it's obviously the 1 year with VeeMode, but then also in your 4-year career as a professional stylist. Yeah. So some tough lessons that I've learned. Okay, I'll go into styling first and then I'll go into the business. So you can't limit yourself, literally. Like you just can't box yourself in. But also as a stylist, if you're really going to do it and be serious about it, then you have to study your craft. You have to do your research. You have to stay on top of, you know, brands. Like that's what kind of keeps you ahead of the game. Like knowing the newest brands, the best brands, small brands from, you know, all the way in Zimbabwe to Australia to, you know, you just have to you have to do a lot of research. You're like a fashion A&R. Yeah. You gotta just know your shit, you know, and relationships as currency, like nourishing relationships with publicists, with A&Rs, you know, with managers. It also depends on, you know, with producers, you know, people that are going to hire you to do these jobs, right? So whether it's like campaign work, you got to stay in touch with producers, like
You got to nourish that relationship because they're going to remember you. They're going to keep hiring you and bringing you back for more work. For celebrities, you got to stay in touch with their managers or their publicists. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that know first what events are coming up or what jobs that they have that they're going to need wardrobe for. You know, for musicians, you're going to need to stay plugged into their A&R or, you know, their manager as well. So just relationships is very, very important. Never burn a bridge. If anything, like everything's a lesson, you know, always just showing up to set with good energy, being kind to people, leaving a lasting impression on people, you know, handle your business well, like read contracts, you know, several times, you know, have a lawyer friend or a lawyer, someone that, you know, someone in business to help you look over contracts, making sure that, you know, you're understanding what it is that you're signing to. Cause a lot of times, you know, I fumbled the bag cause I was like, oh yeah, I'm just signing. Like, so silly. Like, no, like, do you not understand that this says that, you know, although you're doing this one shoot and they're going to utilize your work for months and months and months, you get no royalties. Okay. You don't get any equity. You don't get any payment for however long they're going to use your, you know, your work for. So you just have to pay attention to the details. Being a great stylist is being a great problem solver and paying attention to the details in every aspect, from the wardrobe details to the details of your relationship with your client and whoever is around them, to the details on contracts, details. And then also, you know, staying on top of forecasting, what's trending, you know. I could just go on and on. You guys got to get Styling Fundamentals on AV Academy. You'll learn all about that there.
We'll put that link below so y'all can tap in for sure.
And then in terms of like some lessons that I learned in this 1 year of business is that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You know, it's going to be hard. You're not going to have all the answers, but whatever you do, just keep going, keep pushing through, keep connecting to the reason why you started it. Because the days that are down and you're feeling crazy about, you know, oh, you didn't have any clients come in, or you know, these brands that you're pitching to that get in your showroom are not responding, or whatever you may be dealing with at the time, or like, oh my God, no one's liking my posts, or, you know, I'm not getting, like, no one's coming into the showroom. Like, what's going on? You know, like those days that you're kind of questioning what's really happening, like reconnecting to why you started to begin with and using that to like fuel you to keep going. And also building, because I feel like this first year, I'm like going on and on, but I feel like this first year I really had to build the foundation, right? And it's like, I thought once I got this showroom, once I got this place, it was going to be, that was it. But then I was like, no, I have to run
you gotta build
business.
On top of that. Yeah,
I have to build it. Like, what are the SOPs? Like, what are the, like, how is this operating? Like, what is the protocol? You know, when people come in here, what is their experience like? You know, when they leave, what are they going to say? Like, you know, how do you get people to talk about your business when you're not there? Like, or to refer your business to other people, or it's just so many parts of it. I was just like, oh my God, I didn't think about this. I thought once I got the showroom space, it was lit. It was up. And it's like, no, you have to run the business. So that was one of my biggest struggles, because me personally, I'm a creative and I operate on the right side of my brain, like heavy. So really just trying to balance the left and the right and tapping into the left more was a bit of a struggle for me, being transparent. And it was really hard. Like, I'm still dealing with it too, because I feel like my creative has taken a bit of a backseat a little bit because of all the business side that I really have to like hone in on to make sure that after this first year or however, you know, long, like, okay, I'm trying to automate this business now. You know what I mean? Like, now that this is here and like we're expanding and we're doing so many more other things, like, how can I get this to kind of run on its own? Right. So this first year was focused on trying to get it to like crawl. Now I'm trying to get it to just walk on its own.
Yeah, for sure.
So just so many things.
Man, that's a lot of gems right there.
Yeah, I'm just like, there's so many things.
You giving a real, like, that was, you know, the
I mean, that's my truth, literally.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't always necessarily like portray what it is I'm growing through at the time on social media, because I don't know, I feel two ways about it. One, it's really personal. It's a really vulnerable space because I'm still figuring it out. Like, I don't really have the answer. You know, two, it leaves a lot of room for opinion. But three, I also know other people may be going through the same thing.
Yeah, they need to see it.
And they need to connect to that. But I don't know, I'm working on it.
I mean, that's on the inside. But I think once you let go of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll feel something different. It's
tough because even with designing, like running into just manufacturing issues, you know what I mean? People placing orders and you're not able to fulfill those orders because your manufacturer can't fulfill these designs, and like not wanting to have a bad experience with like, you know, customer service and child.
I had a brand, so I used to deal with that. There was only one season. We was around for 10 years.
Oh, what was the name of your brand?
There was only one season we were on time. One. And because my business partner, he was like, I mean, me too, like collectively, not just on him, but we were just habitually late. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because back in the day, like you had to like, you really had to do it in advance because we got manufacturing in China.
Okay.
So you had to design.
Yeah, I'm doing LA.
Then you had to sell.
Yeah.
Right? Then you had to
wait for shipping.
Then you had to check everything. And then it would come over once.
Some stuff will be wrong.
Samples is good, fix it, send it back. Then it would come over. All right, cool. Production's right. And then we got to send it to fulfillment. Then they got to pick and pack and make sure it's good. And then it would go out. So we would be like 2 weeks late, 3 weeks late, 4 weeks late.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, yo, we need that 20% off, 30%.
Yeah, or we want a refund.
Yeah, and we can't let that happen. So, but yeah, the brand was called Society Original Products.
Okay.
It was around for a decade. We were definitely culturally impactful. We made a lot of like.
What did y'all sell?
So it was a men's brand. We had like a small women's line, but it was predominantly men's. We did some amazing things. Like I was talking to Justin about it because some of the things that he's doing now, we kind of did. Like, you know, being licensing. We was in a video game too. We was in Dance Central. It was like
that's cool.
So we did that. We had, Colette? Remember Colette in Paris?
In Paris, yeah.
So we did a collab with them. We was on their shelves. And it was cool for me because I was able to fly there. And that last weekend that they were open, like
it's so sad
the product was there.
I
know. It was amazing for me to be in Paris and like see the brand with the Society Times Colette, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow.
That's fire. That's actually fire.
That was like one of my biggest moments. I think that, and we did a licensing deal with Pepsi. One with Mountain Dew. So we did some stuff.
Yeah.
And then like some of favorite artists now we connected with them. Like Big Sean did a campaign for us, Kendrick Lamar.
So why did you guys decide to no longer?
It was a decision for sure, but like me and my business partner, we just had two different
perspectives
at one point. Yeah. Once it got to that point, we just, but it was cool. Like, what's crazy? And this kind of goes back to when you fumbled the bag, which is why I can kind of really like empathize with that. So, the jogger pant, like the sweatpants that had the little ribbon at the bottom, like it's synonymous now. Like we created that.
Wow, that was your style at first?
We created that. So we did it with a buyer, a men's buyer at Carmeloop. Okay. Shout out to Don Ball. He came to us because he was forecasting and trending. And he was like, yo, and we had an office inside the Carmeloop building. He was like, yo, like, I can see that it's kind of trending where people want their sneakers to pop. Like, they're kind of like, it'd be kind of ill, like, if like, there was a sweatpant, and you know how, like, sweatpants would have, like, the ribbon around, the wrist. If it was just at the bottom, then the shoe would pop. But we literally sat there and designed it with him. And then we rolled out with it. But not understanding, like, trademark, and not understanding the contract, not understanding, like, the marketing power that we should be first to present it to marketplace. We just put it out there, right? So it's just like, oh, new sweatpant, boom. Yeah. And now it's like, okay, it did well. So now other brands are copying. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we got no patents, we got nothing.
So it's like,
it is what it is, right? And I didn't realize it until later. I was like, wow, like, that in itself is probably like $1 billion design. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is, right? $1 billion design.
And that's an expensive lesson, but...
Super expensive lesson, but there was just things like that. So like, that's part of my story, my personal story that like a lot of people don't know. I don't even tell it a lot as far as like my trajectory from fashion to like marketing coaching, which I was doing marketing and a bunch of other things when I had the brand. But yeah, it's interesting. So I know what you mean as far as there's a lot of things that you've been sharing. I'm like, yo, I get it. I really understand.
It's definitely there's no blueprint. Literally, I feel like I've had to create my own blueprint, especially with the showroom. So there's a lot of things that I'm, growing through and learning. And I'm just like, oh, this is so tough. But it's like, I have to be the one to, figure it out. Trailblazer.
Yeah.
It's not for the weak.
So I want to hit you with a couple of rapid questions, rapid fire situations.
Okay.
Kind of see where we are.
All right.
Tie it all in. All right, so cool. If you were doing your Amiraa Academy, you're doing, but if it was a school and there was 3 principles that the kids had to get, like they were going to leave with these principles, what would they be?
Ooh, great question. Rapid fire. So quick, fast, and one word?
Yeah, one word.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what are they going to leave with?
Believe, exceed, and last one. Believe, exceed. Oh, no, can I change it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's your episode. You do what you want.
Okay. Inspire, empower, and enlighten.
I like that. All right. What about emotional intelligence? What is emotional intelligence to you? How would you define that?
Emotional intelligence. What does that mean to me? It means when my emotions and my logic are aligned.
Okay, that's a great answer. Yeah, that's a good answer right there.
When my emotions and my logic are aligned, I'm being emotionally intelligent.
I like that. That's a really good answer.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. If you could be anywhere in the world doing something different, right? Not in VeeMode right now, where would you be? What would you be doing?
I would be traveling the world, being a food critic.
Oh, okay. Food critic.
Yeah.
All right. That's ill.
I'm a foodie. I love to cook. I love to wine and dine and experience a bunch of different cultures and different foods. My palate is extensive. So yeah, I'd be doing that.
That's a great answer too. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. Fun fact.
For sure. Okay. Last question for you.
Okay.
Is like, what's really next for you? Like how big do you imagine VeeMode? We touched on the metaverse, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's in there, but like where's your creativity? Where's your imagination leading you? If you can share, maybe there's something you want to share. I don't know if you want to put it all out there.
Yeah, I don't want to put it all out there yet, but we did mention the metaverse.
Yeah.
So definitely there. We're going to be taking up space there. And, just continuing to expand, right? So we're in my showroom right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be more of these around the world.
Yeah.
Literally. This year we're working on a new location.
Hush, or what? We can share that or not?
Well,
is it a couple cities?
Yeah.
A couple different cities?
Well, there's one city that there's a couple cities I want to do it in.
Okay.
But this year we're working on opening a VeeMode. It's going to be in the United States.
I like that.
On the East Coast.
Local. Well, all right. I'm from the East Coast.
Yeah. It's going to be on the East Coast, southern area.
All right.
Once I sign for the spot, then I'll talk about it.
Then you gotta bring me back.
Yeah, then we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And then, that's just for the showroom itself. The academy, I'm just gonna still continue to grow that and, share as much information as I can with my community as I'm growing through what I'm learning every day and being this multi-hyphenate entrepreneur. And overall, VeeMode to the world, honestly, like it's really, when I say I'm in the mode or you're in the mode, it's pretty much you operating in the 2.0, 3.0 version of yourself. You know what I mean? So I want that to be like a whole, like, global saying, like, get off your ass and get in the mode.
Get in the mode. I like it. I like it. So where can they tap into your mode, right? Where can they get a little bit more AV?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Amiraa Vee, AMIRAAVEE. And then in my bio, I have my showroom page there, the VeeMode showroom. And then I also have my designing page, the VeeMode as well. And then my website is VeeMode.com. I mean, it's just VeeMode.
I like it.
That's me. That's where you can find me. So yeah.
Cool.
This is dope. I'm so happy that we got a chance to do this.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. You gave a lot of gems, a lot of dope lessons, you know what I'm saying? A lot of really good principles.
Thank you.
So I had a good job. And you made me bring out the kimono.
Yes,
just so I could feel like I could be on the lane, I could be in the mode, you know what I'm saying?
No, you did good. You look great. This is fun. This is great. I hope you guys got what you needed from this, and I can't wait to do more.
As
There's so much happening.
On the Pursuit Podcast with AV. We'll see you guys on another one. Peace. If you're someone looking to level up in your personal life and also in your business, what if I told you there's only 2 things that you really need to focus on? Number 1 is your routines. If you knock down your routine each and every day, you're gonna be further along in your personal life. The other thing is your rituals. If you knock down your rituals each and every day, you're gonna be further along in your business life. And what if I told you don't have to do this all by yourself? You can be part of an impactful group that's looking to level you up and support you along your journey. What's in the group? Let me give it a sauce. I'm talking about a daily tracker to make sure you stay on point. We read books that impact your life in real time. You get access to a group community where we're there to support one another. And there's 2 group coaching sessions each and every month. And guess what? It's only $1 for 7 days, so you can try it out. And then after that, it's $89 a month. All this value. So click the link below, get in a group. Let's level up your life. Let's level up your business. Let's go to the next level.